The reason why I talk about our environment so much is because it plays such a role in your cortisol and also the message that you are telling yourself. And if your body can't recognize if you are safe or in a safe environment, you're always in that fight or flight mode. This could be even low chronic stress or low stress, which is sometimes you don't even realize it's there because you became so normal. The whole atmosphere just became normal. It's like people who have had dysfunctional relationships. To them, it's normal. They don't notice it because they've lived it for so long. So when you live in this kind of low pressure or this low stress all of the time, that's actually a really dangerous place to be because you're not seeing clear and your body is just responding in a way that makes it really hard to get your hormones balanced. It makes it really hard for you to get healthy, to even think clear because you're coming from a place of fear. Your body's in a mode of survival. It's in a mode of lack, or you don't have enough, or a mode of needing to protect yourself, or you don't know what's happening, you don't know what's going to happen. It's always in this like almost a scared place all the time. I know this because I've been there and it sucks. When my hair was falling out in chunks, I had so much stress, so much, I had taken care of one area of stress and then another area would pop up. But for a very long time, this low level stress just kind of hung around for as much time as I did not get rid of the clutter, because the clutter was causing this low level stress. The clutter was enhancing it, and I had gotten so used to it that it was normal to have stuff all over the counters. It was normal to have bags sitting on the floor. It was normal to have the dressers packed and the closets packed. It was normal to have toys all over the floor, not in one concentrated area but everywhere. It was normal for things to be left for days and days and days, like Lego sets. When your kids are playing, obviously it's hard for them to pick up in one area, but it was normal for that to go on for like 2 weeks all over the place. Things had become normal, and then you don't realize how that's affecting you. What happens is you start holding on to all of these, your body's absorbing all of this. So you get inflamed, your face gets really puffy. I shared some pictures of me where it was like black. My eyes were so sunk in looking, and my face was so puffy looking that it was like suffocating my eyes. My hair was falling out in chunks. I literally had like receding hairline. It's grown back a little bit, but it was like way out here. A lot of inflammation, tons of gut problems, stomach problems, and acne everywhere. I've always had sensitive skin, but it was like the inflammation was increased quite a bit. And what happens is you start wanting chocolates and sweets and things that are going to calm you. So you start snacking on salty things. Like my salt craving was through the roof. I needed chips, I needed popcorn, I needed, chocolate, brownies, cake, and it was all the time. And what happened is until I actually started realizing that my environment was playing such a major role in how I felt and how I looked, that it took me a while to actually see the connection of it. Women also flourish and bloom and blossom when they feel safe, when they feel protected, when they feel that things are taken care of. There's a calmness. It allows us to embrace that real feminine side. And so this actually helps the marriage as well. This is why getting your home in order and getting your finances in order and getting things in order is going to benefit not just everybody in the house. It's going to benefit you and your marriage and your body. You're going to feel better, which means you're going to function better. You're going to think clearer. You're not going to be thinking out of chaos or impulse or always trying to fix a past mistake. A lot of times we're returning things because we're trying to fix a past mistake, or we are spending our time organizing because we feel things feel so chaotic. And I remember when I was in my early 20s and I used to go out to the bars and hang out with my friends, and we would drink, and if I would drink too much, I would clean the next day. It was like, it helped me feel better to have some control over the house because the night before I got drunk or something. Now I don't drink anymore, and I haven't in a very long time. But what I'm saying is that we always try to get some sense of control when something feels out of control. So when your body's chronically in that, especially as you get older, and you're in this constant state of overload, of too much, it's like decision fatigue. There's too many things to deal with. There's too much stuff going on. I don't know what to do with all this. There's stuff everywhere. And you're just like, I used to freak out and be like, okay, everybody just don't talk to me. I need 30 minutes or 60 minutes to just clean up this house because I'm so overloaded. I can't even function. Now, if you stop and think about that, think about the environment was dictating my time, literally telling me I can't live and do the things I need to do because I need to take care of this space because it's affecting me so much. Now imagine that hour every single day if you're doing that. That's taking a lot of your life. That's an hour in the gym. That's an hour in prayer. That's an hour reading a book that you could be doing, but instead you're taking care of the overconsumption that you have, the too much. And it's not usually it's the extra things. It's like you have 5 spatulas when you only need 1. It's the overload of random, cords. It's the mail you don't know what to do with, the magazines that are piling up. It's the kids' artwork. A lot of parents are like, what do I do with all my kids' artwork? I don't know, take a picture of it, save 1 out of 10 pictures or pieces and throw the rest away or recycle the rest away, because those things just add up. It's always the little things that add up. I'm always so shocked when I go around and I tell the kids, let's just grab a bunch of little stuff we can find, and I set it out on the floor and I take a picture and I'm like, look at all this random stuff that I didn't even really know existed. And I purge all the time. It's like, look at all this stuff that I don't, you don't even realize you have. And the statistic is about you don't use 80% of your stuff. You only use 20% of it. You wear 20% of your clothes. You use 20% of your products usually. The other 80% just sits there. So imagine removing just half of that 80%, how much better you're going to feel. And what happens is you start elevating your life, you start elevating your standards, you start feeling freer because you're removing the weight. Like, we don't realize the weight of all of this until we actually let it go. And then we start feeling more free and more light and more fresh and just like, oh, I can breathe. That's why I love getting outside. I need to breathe. I need air. It's just to be in the open space, the openness. You might be saying, I have a really small place, and actually I totally understand because I live in a small place and we don't have a lot of storage. So it's actually a challenge because you have to be even more mindful about what you bring in and then letting things go. So it is a balance of bringing in and letting go, and it's also not feeling guilty to let go of things that were gifts. A lot of people hold on to things because somebody gave it to them, and I used to have people make me feel guilty when I would get rid of something, even if I'd ask them, you don't need to buy me anything, please don't get me anything. I'd rather just select what we need, and then I'd get a box of stuff in the mail, and I'm like, I really don't want it, I'm not interested in it, I don't have room for it, I'm trying to lessen my load, and then they'd get really butthurt and sad about it. And I just said, well, that's why I said up front, don't give me anything. You don't need to. And so you're just setting up boundaries for your life. So don't let somebody else make you feel bad if you're like, hey, just doesn't really work for me anymore, or I don't have a spot for it. I have nowhere to put it. And you don't want to shove it in a closet somewhere. People should want the best for you. And if you're trying to do the best for yourself and your family, they should support that again and understand that those boundaries are healthy. And choosing what you bring in your home is healthy. So if you are dealing with chronic stress or low-level stress or just chronic inflammation, or you're always in this like fight or flight mode and you're always in this like chaotic state, then take a look at what your environment is around you. Your body needs to know that it is safe, that you can relax, that everything's okay. And in order to do that, you've got to take control of your environment, your finances, your relationships, loose ends. Tie up the loose ends. Before you start something new or before you go out and get a bunch of new stuff, tie up the loose ends of what you have, the loose ends in business, the papers that need to be filed, the stuff that does need to be organized that you're saving. Get rid of the extras so you can organize what's left. And tie up those loose ends before you go jump on another endeavor. This is so important in life to get you back into that position of clarity in control, not being controlling. It's just putting you as the head and not the tail. It's putting you as the decision maker instead of the victim. That's what I mean when I say get to control, because you don't want to be the victim in every circumstance. Oh, why me? Why do I feel like this? Why do I feel like that? And then you keep allowing the same things to come in that are making you feel that way. You have to switch that thinking. And when you switch that thinking, it puts you in a position to say, oh, I'm actually causing it. Oh, I'm bringing in too much. Oh, I'm doing it too much. You know, I just brought a big load from the store of random things that now I have to find a spot for, you know, and just get control, and it'll help your body function better, because your body will then be like, okay, everything's okay. I'm not rushed. This is another video I talked about being rushed all the time. When you're late, you're in that same state of mind where you're being rushed. There's something wrong. You're late. So you have to just give yourself some space to get things in order, to breathe, do whatever shiftings you need to do. If you need to move closer to your job so you're not driving an hour, if you need to say no to some friends or some birthday parties to have more time at home. I've had to do that before, where I would say yes, and then the time came and I'm like, you know what, I just want to take a bath tonight, and I'd have to cancel, because that for my body and my mind was more important than showing up at a networking event or a party that I wouldn't have enjoyed anyways. I would have done it out of obligation, and it would have made me feel just even more stressed or pressured. And yeah, they might get disappointed, but that's okay. You don't have to give everybody an explanation. Just declutter your life a little bit so you can come up to a level, a higher level, to think clear, to see clear, to make decisions that aren't coming from a place of lack or fear or aggravation or anxiety. They're coming from a place of clarity and intention and thoughtfulness and wisdom. And you're going to see your body, it'll take time, but a lot of that inflammation and joint inflammation and skin issues, a lot of that just happens to fix itself, heal itself. And if you're getting sleep, it's amazing how your body can heal each. Like, I didn't sleep that great last night, and I woke up a little bit pimply and tired. My skin usually doesn't look good if I don't get a good 8 to 10 hours of sleep. If it's less than that, or I just don't, you know, your face doesn't look as good, because your body needs that time to heal itself, and your cells need those times to rejuvenate. Remember, you're not a victim. You can take control. Anytime you're ready for things to change, they can change. You can make a change at any point in time. You say, I'm ready to start living as my highest self, and not just collecting these habits of my lower self. That is not you. You don't have to live that way, and you can turn that ship around whenever you're ready. Hope you have a great night.